Why is it so hard to text someone back? And God forbid she actually answers the phone when I call it. I hate texting. I swear to God, things used to be easier. I have very vivid memories of growing up in the Midwest. Like, when I was a kid, it seemed like lightning bugs were around for the entire summer. I remember walking outside on a silent, humid night, seeing the fireflies sparkling in the trees like diamonds. It seemed like they were always there. It wasn't until I was an adult that I realized they're only there for a few weeks and then they disappear. They come and they leave so quickly. The rest of the summer seems so empty without them. It's kind of a bummer. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Summers, childhood, young love, everything that's fleeting about life. I'm a nostalgic person. I always have been. Also, I didn't talk too much as a kid. My happy place was alone in my room listening to music. I never told my mom how my day went. I would rather be alone in the quiet of my room, which is probably why my mom forced me to audition for a musical the local community children's theater was doing when I was 13 years old. The reason I'm telling you this, the reason I'm telling you any of this is how this young boy, me, met this extraordinary girl, May.
Why did you try to run away then?
Because it's not fair that you have to leave just because your dad got a new job. If you're leaving, then I am too.
Well, I don't care what her parents say. I'm not going anywhere.
It says here that he's supposed to kiss me after that line.
Yeah. So, does that mean I'm, like a real, I mean, you don't really want me to kiss her, right? Like, should I just go right after it, or?
Stop. Let's take 5.
Hi, I'm Maddie.
Nice to meet you. I'm May.
Sorry about the whole,
What? Making a big deal about not wanting to kiss me? It's cool.
This all happened in 1991. You know, I kind of feel sorry for the current generation of kids. On the one hand, they grew up with the coolest technology. They don't know a world without it. They love it and they're great at using it, and dear God, why is she still not texting me back? Sorry. But they missed out on writing actual notes to their friends, on actual pieces of paper with a real pen or pencil. Do you remember what it felt like to be handed a new crisply folded note in school, wondering what it would say, and knowing that you could hold on to it forever if you wanted to?
So, what school do you go to?
St. Mark's, you?
Jefferson.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
It's not that bad of a school.
No, I mean us going to different schools. We'll never talk to each other once the play ends.
Well, that's not true. We can write each other notes and mail them to each other.
I don't write a lot of notes.
You'll get used to it, Maddie.
And that was the truth, but that's because the only notes I'd received from girls my age were the "Do you like Sarah? Check yes or no" type. I didn't know that notes could actually have substance and make you feel. But then again, I hadn't received a note from May before. After the last performance of our play.
Well, this is goodbye, I guess. I had fun doing this play with you.
Yeah, me too.
After next year, we'll be going to the same school together.
I know, kind of scary, right? High school, I mean, not going to the same school as you. Hey, May, I was just wondering if maybe you wanted, would you like to go with me? Like, sorry, not to a place or anything, but I mean, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Yeah, I'd like that.
In the moment, asking May to be my girlfriend seemed like a natural idea. In reality, it's pretty difficult to maintain any kind of a relationship with someone that you never see or talk to. So I waited about a year to write May. What's the worst that could happen?
Hi, May. How have you been doing?
Good start. Women love when you ask how they're doing.
How's your summer been?
Kind of boring, but okay, keep going.
Mine's been okay.
Now you're just sounding lame. Say something insightful.
I wish I could have gone swimming every single day, but I had baseball practice every single night.
Swimming? You hated swimming. You almost drowned in a kiddie pool when you were 11.
I don't think I'm going to play baseball ever again. I can't believe we're almost 7th graders. Can you?
I bet you she can.
Well, I don't have anything else to say. Right back soon. Matt.
Good incentive. Well done.
Dear Maddie, thank you for your letter. It always fills me with joy when I turn to the mailbox to find a letter for me. I'm sorry to hear about your summer and your declining love of baseball. I too am having to manage my time better since I started playing volleyball this year. Also, I need to tell you something. I started going out with a new boy this year. His name is Ben, and he's in my class at school.
Ben?
How's your love life?
A few months went by without any notes, and even though I had stopped writing her, I began to miss hearing from May. So I did what any strong, self-respecting 13-year-old young man would do. I called her friend Lisa, probably cried a little, and begged for her help.
Hi, Lisa? Yeah, it's Maddie. Yeah, May's Maddie. Yes, the one that she should have kicked to the curb. Hey, listen, can you just do me a huge favor, please? I haven't even told you what it is yet. Look, can you just... Okay, thanks. Would you just talk to May and see if she plans on writing any more notes? It's been a long time since I've heard from her, and... Yes, I do remember breaking up with her. Her name is Annie, and... I don't know, it just happened. Look, can you... Really? Seriously? Fine. I'm a big old jerk face and I don't deserve a real-life angel like me. There. Now can you... Okay, thanks. Bye.
I didn't hear anything for a few days, but it felt like months. Come on, you're looking desperate, dude. Women prey on desperation. Women sleep with bad boys, not the desperate, crying, whiny type. Get it together, kid. Finally, it arrived.
Dear Matt.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Apparently, I was the more formal Matt now.
I recently talked to Lisa, who told me you had called her to inquire whether or not I would be writing you any more letters.
I rarely come across that type of formal business-like writing in my adult life now, much less when I was in junior high. If I had known what I know now, I would have known I was in trouble.
Truthfully, the answer is no.
Ouch.
Best of luck with Annie, though. Now that I don't romantically like you anymore, I can safely say that you two make a cute couple.
For as long as I live, I will never forget that she used the phrase, romantically like you.
As you may have heard, Ben broke up with me 1 month after we began a relationship. I guess some people just weren't meant to be together. Well, I'll let you go now. May.
I was clearly outgunned and overmatched, so my only weapon left was nonsensical anger.
Hi, May. So glad I waited around for your last letter. It was a real treat. And sorry to hear that Ben broke your heart. I just can't believe it took him this long to see what a circus clown you were.
Ooh, circus clown?
You know, I was feeling pretty bad about our breakup up until now. Now I can see that I'm better off without a jackass like you in my life.
Let's see. I broke up with you. Ben broke up with you. Maybe there's something wrong with you.
You know, Annie must be one of those girls who loves jerks. She really won the lottery with you.
One of the many great things about Annie is that she doesn't make me write stupid notes back and forth. We actually talk face to face.
Well, you and Annie were just meant to be together, I guess.
Yeah, and like you said, some people aren't meant to be together, like us. Goodbye, May.
I wouldn't talk to May again for about 2 years. To be honest, I'm not really sure I thought about her all that much during that time. I was too busy thinking about going into high school. The idea was as exciting as it was terrifying. Finally, it was the first day of 9th grade. I was listening to my second period teacher finish roll call when I heard a name that made me forget how nervous I was to be in such a huge school. May Williams. I heard the familiar voice from behind me in the back row say,
Present.
I have never paid attention to the front of a classroom more than I did that entire year. As soon as the bell rang, I gathered up my books and headed for the door as fast as I could. I was only about 3 steps out the door when I heard,
Where are you running off to?
Oh, hey, I just don't want to be late to my next class.
Yeah, what class is it?
I actually don't know. I left my schedule in my locker. Gotta go. See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
Thankfully, I didn't see her for the rest of the day, but I wondered how I was going to survive an entire semester having to see her every day. I managed to avoid her for about 3 days, but on the 4th, I was headed to my locker before first period, and May was waiting on me.
I wrote you a note last night since you're so hard to pin down during the school day.
Another note, her weapon of choice.
Oh, great, thanks.
You don't sound thrilled.
Well, it's just that the last time we wrote each other wasn't very, fun.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago. Besides, you never wrote back.
Yeah, like you said, it was a long time ago.
Well, write back this time. Now that I see you every day, you won't have any excuses.
She had me trapped, and she knew it. I waited until I got home to read her note.
Dear Maddie, I'm sorry about the way we ended things. I figured we both could use some time apart. And don't worry, I was only depressed for 6 months and like 17 days. Not a whole year or anything crazy like that. But it was a tough time for me though. Fortunately, I learned how to focus my sadness into writing poetry. I wanted to thank you because without you ignoring my attempts at communication these past few years, my poetry would have never been possible. Well, I'll let you go now. Write back soon. May.
I debated for a while whether to write her back or not. She had sent me a poem called Loneliness. I didn't know a lot about poetry, but that little piece of writing worried me. But she just shared something very personal with me, so it would be rude not to write her back, right?
Hi, May. It was a tough time for both of us, but I'm glad we're past it. And neat poem. Right back soon.
Maybe I could put an end to this quickly and painlessly.
Hi, Maddie.
Guess not.
I'm glad you're amused by my neat poem. Did you realize that Queen Elizabeth wrote over 3,000 letters and Eleanor Roosevelt wrote over 5,000, and we wouldn't have the New Testament if it wasn't for Paul's letter writing?
You know what else all those people have in common? They're all old and dead.
You can be such an idiot sometimes, you know? I happen to find letter writing romantic. Oh well, I'll see you around school maybe. That would be neat.
Life for a teenage boy is simply a series of stupid statements and then trying to make up for them.
Hi, May. I'm sorry I was a jerk. It's not that I don't want to talk to you. I still think you're a cool girl. How's volleyball going? Matt.
Yeah, volleyball's pretty fun, I guess. I like the games, but not really the practices. Are you going to the game dance this Friday? May.
After every home football game, we had a dance at our school. Most of the upperclassmen didn't attend, but for the freshmen, these dances were our few chances during the school year to awkwardly pursue a romantic connection with our classmates.
Hi, May. I'm definitely going to the game, not totally sure about the dance. I guess it just depends on who all is going and what my friends want to do. Matt.
Aren't I your friend? Because I'm going to the dance after for sure. And I know a lot of girls are going too. Could be your chance to rekindle things with Annie. Right back, May.
Maybe I'll see you there.
I did go to the dance. I spent the entire time standing up against the wall. I was and still am a terrible dancer. There was no way in hell I was going to embarrass myself on the dance floor, not even for the slow dances.
Hi, Maddie. How was your weekend? Didn't look like you had much fun at the dance. Why did you even go if you weren't going to dance? I had fun at least. Well, most of the time. May.
Hi, May. I had fun hanging out with everyone at the dance. I just don't like dancing, really. And what do you mean by most of the time? It sure looked like you were having fun all of the time.
I was telling her the truth. I wasn't trying to avoid her now. I was actually being drawn to her again, but not like before. Something was different now.
Maddie, I had fun, don't get me wrong. But maybe I didn't have as much fun because I wasn't dancing with the right person. Things that make you go,
I had no idea what to do with that.
Hi, May. Who did you want to dance with?
But I should not have said that.
who did I want to dance with?
She wrote that in all caps, which was the equivalent of yelling before emojis were invented.
Are you an idiot or are you just making fun of me?
May, I'm confused. All I meant was it looked like you were having a lot of fun dancing with all your friends. You danced practically the entire night. Sorry.
Yep, you're an idiot, May.
I would have been better off telling her dancing was neat. The rest of the week went by, and when Friday morning rolled around, I found a note from May in my locker.
Hey, dumbass. I finished my homework early, so I thought I'd write you this quick note. Are you going to the game of dance again this Friday? I sure hope so. May.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to the dance. Making friends with the wall as usual. Matt.
This time, May didn't give me the chance to be a wallflower for very long. I masterfully avoided all eye contact with any females during the first slow dance. But during the following up-tempo song, May walked directly over to me, grabbed my hand, and pulled me into a dancing circle of our friends. The results were horrifying. I have never felt so awkward in my life. But I was trying to be close to May without notes. Something was stirring inside me that I had never felt before. I had a constant urge to talk to her, and if that meant writing notes or making an ass of myself at a school dance, then so be it.
Hi, May. I had a lot of fun Friday night, and even though I lost a ton of cool points, I'm glad you made me dance. How was the rest of your weekend? I got home early today, and since I don't have any homework, I think I'm going to watch some TV. Do you watch TV? What shows do you like?
Maddie, do you realize that was the longest letter you've ever written me? Maybe I'll make a romantic of you after all. I do watch TV. Oh man, I love Saturday Night Live. I could recite every deep thoughts I've ever written. Oh, they're so funny. Do you watch that?
Yeah, I watch SNL. Deep Thoughts is alright, but give me the church lady any day.
What? How can you not love Deep Thoughts? You just lost points, buddy. Dana Carvey is funny, but I'm in love with Mike Myers. Have you seen the Wayne's World movie? It's the best. Party on, Matt.
Party on, May. Yeah, I love the Wayne's World movie. We should watch that sometime. And what do you mean I just lost points? I didn't know you were keeping score. Are all girls keeping score, or is it just you?
You like how I casually slipped in the idea of watching a movie together there?
Maddie, it's safe to assume that all girls are keeping score at all times. So now that you're surrounded by all these adoring girls who I'm sure love you, just know that we all talk and we never forget anything. Ever. Have a nice day, May.
May, that was probably the most terrifying thing I've ever heard. And what do you mean, all these adoring girls? I'm pretty sure you're the only girl at school that I ever talk to or hang out with. Which reminds me, would you maybe mind saving me a seat at your lunch table? Talk to you soon, Matt.
Maddie, I'm sitting in shop class right now. I swear, this teacher is a complete psycho. Oh well, he's too occupied to see me writing this note. Sorry, I can't save any seats at lunch. They fill up too fast.
That hurt.
But we should totally watch Wayne's World sometime. Maybe we can watch with Lisa and Brad some weekend over at Lisa's house.
And I was back in the games! Well, I don't know how that happened, but we'd gone from just being friends to possibly watching a movie together. Things were looking up.
Maddie, I just got home from practice and I don't feel like doing my homework yet, so instead I'm writing you this note. Okay, I have a question for you. I was talking to Annie tonight at practice and she was telling me that she still likes you. Since she doesn't have any classes with you and she knows that I do, she's wanting me to ask you if you like her back. You two always did make a cute couple.
Come
what?
again?
Wait a second. Didn't you just agree to watch a movie with me?
Yeah, that seemed pretty straightforward, didn't it? And where was this stuff about Annie coming from?
Annie?
Annie? I hadn't even seen Annie in months.
If May likes me, why don't you just tell Annie that?
Maybe May didn't like me after all.
Oh, maybe May doesn't like me.
Oh,
Shit!
I had to do something fast to fix this. I had to write May and tell her how I felt. Something profound. Something definitive. I had to write my masterpiece.
May, I don't like Annie. Matt.
Short and sweet, that should do the trick.
Maddie, I will tell Annie what you said at practice tonight. It might hurt her feelings, though. Why don't you like her back? Anyway, I'll call you tonight and tell you what she says.
So even though I was completely confused now and had no idea where I stood with May, we had added phone calls to our note writing, which was a win as far as I was concerned.
Hi, Maddie.
Hi, what are you up to?
Not much, just finished some homework. So, I talked to Annie and I told her you don't like her anymore. She seemed a little depressed and didn't really talk much the rest of practice. You don't think she's mad at me, do you?
No?
Good.
Yes.
So, you never answered my question.
About what?
Why don't you like her back? Are you like madly in love with one of your many adoring girls?
Trust me when I tell you that I have no adoring girls at school. I'm pretty sure none of the girls at school like me.
Okay, that's not true and you know it. You're just fishing for compliments now.
I'm really not.
Okay, well I'm here to tell you that I know several girls that like you.
Name one.
Can't. Sorry. Us girls are in a club and you're not invited. I can't divulge our secrets.
Translation, you don't know, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Well, it matters if you like one of them back.
Doubtful.
Oh, so you do like someone. Tell me.
I can't divulge those types of secrets. Sorry. Anyways, I gotta do some homework now. See you tomorrow?
Bye, Maddie.
Bye.
Our next phone call happened that Saturday evening around 8 p.m. It lasted until 2 a.m. We skipped the small talk this time and dove into things that mattered. Truth, fears, dreams.
Don't get me wrong, I love watching TV and movies, but when I read a book, I get to use my imagination to fill in the blanks. I can picture the bad guy as Mr. Walsh, my psycho shop teacher, or I can picture the main character's dream house as my house and design each and every room. What clothes the characters are wearing, what it feels like when the two main characters in love kiss each other for the first time. Everything's up to me.
Good question. I'd probably be... Oh, a chameleon. Yeah, because they're really small and they can blend into any background so nobody notices them.
I wish I could play the piano. The sounds it makes are so beautiful. They can make you really happy or really sad just by changing the touch of the keys slightly. I love that.
I'm a terrible dancer. Always have been, always will be. Unfortunately, you already kind of knew that. Wait a second. Wait, you just said that to give me a hard time, didn't you? Whatever, I'll get you back for that.
I can't believe you were that young when you had your first kiss. I mean, it was only 1 month after meeting me. I guess it means I could have been your first kiss. You could still be mine, you know. How weird would that be?
Sharks, dark water, and heights. Yeah. Now that I think of it, all three of mine are pretty dumb considering I live in Indiana, but... What about you?
Three biggest fears? Well, definitely being buried alive. Clowns are horrifying, that's why I never go to McDonald's. And flying. I've never actually been on a plane before, but I have a feeling it would be terrible. I would cry.
True love. I don't know. I mean, I want to believe in it. But like, how do you know? How does anyone know?
Have you ever felt this kind of connection with anybody before? We have such a strong connection. We have since the day we met. It's kind of weird, but it's also kind of great. Don't you think? I mean, we can talk about anything together. It comes so naturally. I feel so safe talking to you. It's amazing.
6 straight hours on the phone. It could have lasted for 6 more for all we cared. I'm not much for long phone conversations anymore, but back then, that night, it was magical.
Maddie, thanks to our 6-hour-long phone conversation, I'm grounded. This sucks. May.
Magical.
Hi, May. Sorry I got you grounded from the phone. I guess we'll just have to stick with passing notes. Oh, and by the way, I'm kind of starting to like this whole note passing thing anyway. I blame you.
Maddie, I will gladly take the blame for that. It only took me 3 years to teach you how to correspond. That phone conversation was worth getting grounded for. You're so easy to talk to about, not so easy to talk about subjects. Thank you for being so open with me. May.
Hey, May. Huh, that rhymes. Look, I know you're grounded from the phone and everything, but I was just wondering if you were still going to be allowed to go to the dance this Friday. It's the last dance of the football season, so if you're going, save a slow dance for me, okay?
Yes, I'm going to the dance. My punishment doesn't extend past the phone. Oh, and I could probably save a dance or two for you, even though you're a horrible dancer and would probably be terribly embarrassing for me. Just kidding.
So here it was, the final after-game dance of the year. Now, each dance only had 2 slow songs. After the second, the lights would be turned on, letting us know the dance was over. So it was now down to just 2 songs to ask May to be my girlfriend. Again.
Hey, do you want to dance?
Of course.
The song was I Can't Wait Another Minute. If ever there was a perfect song to ask May to be my girlfriend, this was it. Oh man, the lyrics. It's like it was written for us, for this moment. So I waited until the end of the song, the final chorus. Come on. This is it, man. Ask her. Come on. What the hell was that? You blew it! Oh well, I still had one more chance. I could still triumphantly make May my girlfriend this night. And then the final slow song began to play, and as soon as I heard what it was, I realized I was screwed. Yes. We could have become a couple during a song called I Can't Wait Another Minute, but now it would have to be during Wind of Change by the Scorpions. A power ballad about the end of the Cold War.
Hi,
Well, hello again.
do you want to dance?
You know, I'd love to.
This was it, the moment of truth.
Hey, May. So, I was just wondering if maybe you wanted to be my girlfriend. Again.
You didn't have to ask. I already was.
For the next few weeks, we were riding a high. More phone calls and a lot more notes followed. One of those phone calls was the ritualistic, I love you elephant in the room conversation.
Okay, so here's the thing. Since we only have one class together next semester and our only other chance to see each other is during lunch, is it it's so impossible to save me a seat at your table?
Well, it won't be easy.
Ugh, you're the worst.
Well, wait a minute, it wasn't finished yet. It won't be easy, but I think I can make it happen.
Aw, gee, you do that for me?
Yeah, I'll make it happen because I love ya.
Then silence.
Oh.
Excitement. Surprise all at once.
Wait, what was that you just said?
I said I'd make it happen.
No, right after that.
I said I love you.
What, you're not sure that you said it, or you're not sure that you love me, or...
I love you, Maddie.
I love you too.
It was out there now. And I was happy about it. Sometimes May would write me just to say she loved me. I had never been in love before, but I loved May completely.
Hi, Maddie. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep. I've been thinking a lot about us lately, and especially tonight. I just wanted to let you know how glad I am we're together. I feel extremely lucky right now, and I had to let you know. I love you very much, and I will never take you for granted.
Part of her beauty was being able to express her feelings so well, so articulately, then turn around and just be a fun teenager.
Maddie, I'm watching the Addams Family movie, and Morticia just said something in French, and then Gomez said, "Darling, you know I can't be responsible for my actions when you talk like that." And then he started kissing her from her arm to her neck, before Morticia stopped him saying, "Darling, we have guests." And then he just stared at her for a second and said, "Later." Oh, I love that scene so much. It's so funny. Imagine us like that when we're older.
And then she signed it with a quote from the Addams Family movie.
Maddie, last night you were unhinged. You were a howling, desperate demon. You frightened me. Do it again. Love ya, May.
Now everyone remembers their first kiss. I had told May all about mine during our 6-hour marathon phone conversation. May yet to have hers, so I knew that I would be her first kiss. We just needed an opportunity to make it happen.
Maddie, I hate that we only really get to see each other during the school days. We've got to start hanging out on the weekends a lot more. Hint, hint. May.
Hi, May. So, me and Brad were thinking, and we were thinking of something fun to do this Friday night. He suggested that maybe we could all go over to his house. He can invite Lisa, and you and I could go, and we could all watch a movie together or something. What do you think?
Well, 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 look who's plotting something. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I'm afraid the only stipulation is that you guys would be forced to watch a chick flick. I love you, but sorry.
I can assure you I did not care what movie was playing.
May, Brad and I will gladly let you two choose the movie. He talked to his parents, and it sounds like everything's good to go. We're going to meet at his house at 7 p.m. It's going to be fun. Great night. Night to remember.
Easy, buddy.
Anyways, I got to get going. See you soon. Matt.
For the next few days, all I could think about was our double date that Friday night. I don't remember going to school, but I know that I did. Finally, it was Friday. 7 p.m. could not come fast enough. Now, Brad's living room had 2 couches. May and I sat on one, Brad and Lisa were on the other. We were all playing it cool at first. Brad's parents made their requisite visit to us in the living room, to let us know that they were in the building. Then we started the movie, and May and I got more comfortable on the couch. With each passing minute, I grew more anxious, shifting in my seat slightly and trying to make sure that I was within kiss striking distance. I couldn't be sure, but it felt like May was doing the same thing. And then, my internal alarm clock went off. I knew the movie would be ending in a matter of minutes. Brad and Lisa were already going at it, looking like it was now or never. I would look at May as if trying to give her a signal, but anytime she would notice my stare, I would turn away. We continued this dance for the last few minutes of the movie, and then... For the love of it all, kiss the girl! But I chickened out. Maybe next time. I took for granted that there would always be a next time. There's a lesson I wish we could all learn earlier in life.
Hey, Maddie. I had the best time with you at Brad's on Friday night. I felt closer to you lying in your arms than I've ever felt before. I don't know how you do it, but you know exactly what to say and when to say it to make my heart skip a beat.
Clearly she saw this night differently than I did.
But enough about how much I love you. Let's talk about something else. I woke up around 4 a.m. this morning and got sick. I won't go into any details. I still have a fever, but I feel a little better. I've been so tired lately. I have to double my vitamins, doctor's orders. What the hell is wrong with me? Anyway, I'm glad I wasn't sick on Friday because I wouldn't have missed being with you for the world. Love, May. P.S. Do you think I have cooties or did I just have bad breath on Friday? Just wondering why you didn't kiss me.
I don't know if it was because of the compliment she just gave me, or if I was too focused on her postscript acknowledgement of my not having the balls to kiss her. But I somehow missed the most important part of her note. I just glossed over it. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm romanticizing my youth or my first love. Like any perfect couple, we had our made for the silver screen moments, but we also drove each other batshit crazy.
Hi. How are you? Evidently not too well. What's wrong with you? Ever since yesterday after school, you've been ignoring me. What's your deal? You're so moody. Well, you better get it together by this weekend because I want to actually have fun with you. Love, May.
May, sorry I'm not always a ray of sunshine. From now on, I'll just lie to you whenever I'm having a bad day.
Okay, that's not what I meant, and you know it. I don't want you to lie to me, and of course I want you to tell me your honest feelings, but you don't have to take it out on the person you're supposed to love when you're having a bad day. May.
You're right. But then again, I guess you always are, aren't you, Matt?
Oh! What the hell is that supposed to mean? So sorry I'm so annoying to you, but whatever I've done or you think I could have done can't be bad enough to deserve this kind of treatment. I wish we could go back to when we just had fun together. I guess this is all partly my fault, though. May.
Maybe it is. Love, Matt.
Oh, you're such a jackass!
Yet again, she was right. We may have been truly in love, but we were still young and immature.
Maddie, whatever I'm doing to make you almost pull your hair out, I hope we can get resolved. What can I do to stop upsetting you so much? What can we do to fix things?
I don't know how to fix things either. What options are left for us?
What kind of a response is that? You really are a jackass, kid.
Well, it certainly sounds like you do not want to work things out.
I do. I honestly do.
If that's the case, then maybe you're right. Maybe we're out of options.
No, we're not. We most certainly are not out of options. This is ridiculous. Don't listen to him.
What's left for us to do then? Break up? Just for the record, breaking up would cause me an enormous amount of pain.
I am so sorry.
I can't imagine being without you. Love, May.
Maybe you're right about us breaking up. Maybe it's the only thing we can do if we're fighting all the time. It'll hurt me too, but maybe it's for the best. Matt.
I wouldn't receive a note from May for 2 months. An agonizing 64 days.
Hi, Matt. I'm sitting in shop class again. Aren't I always in shop class when I write you? And I thought I'd see how you're doing. Are you going to the Valentine's Day dance? The reason I bring it up is because there's something I need to tell you. Landon Reeves asked me to be his date, and since we're not together anymore, and since you didn't ask me, I told him yes. I just didn't want you to find out from anyone else. Love, May.
Hi, May. I'm not going to the dance. I don't really feel like doing anything for Valentine's Day. Have fun with Landon.
The typical thing would have been to simply disengage. The odd thing was we did the exact opposite. We continued to write each other notes almost daily. Our connection was so strong it felt like we couldn't live without each other in one way or another.
Hi, Maddie. I missed you in class the other day. Mrs. Chavez asked me where you were, and instead of telling her you were sick, I told her you skip school every St. Patrick's Day as a protest because Polish people don't have their own holiday. I don't think she thought the joke was as funny as I did.
May, that joke was as funny as it was brilliant. Good work. I just talked to my guidance counselor. I was going over classes for schools next semester. What class are you taking next year?
Well, I decided to take your advice, and I'm taking German as my foreign language. Are you going to take advanced biology? Ugh, I hear it's really tough. You'll do great in it, though, because you're so smart at science.
As much as we tried to talk about normal, everyday things, we couldn't always avoid the things that were bothering us.
I don't understand how you can walk around school all day with a smile on your face. How can you possibly be so happy? I mean, clearly you're glad we broke up and that you're just rid of me now.
Glad to be rid of you? I am not glad we broke up. I never was happy about it, and I told you that before we broke up. But I'm not going to mope around school all day acting like the rest of my life sucks. I'm still in pain, and I hate that you're also in pain, but you can't let me be the only thing that makes you happy. That's too much pressure.
Well, good news for you. We still get to be friends and you still get to go out with other guys. Congrats.
I hate to admit it, but I was naturally good at saying hurtful things that I didn't mean.
What other guys are you even talking about? I haven't been out with anyone since you.
Which one of us took someone to the Valentine's Day dance and which one of us didn't? Look, it's fine. If you're happy, then I should be happy too, right? I guess I just wish you wouldn't have told me you loved me. It just goes to show that love is an illusion. It never lasts.
What the hell is wrong with you? How can you say that? Do you know how hurtful that is? I loved you. No. I love you with all my heart. I hate you for not believing it, and I hate you for saying that.
I thought I could handle just being friends with her, but clearly I couldn't. I didn't want to be a jerk to her any longer. Enough was enough. So my solution was to hide for a while. A few weeks passed, and then another note.
Maddie, how can you keep doing this to me? It's bullshit. Just when I think you can't break my heart anymore, you find another way. Are you skipping school to ignore everyone or just me? I love you. You know that. But you're being a dick. May.
It wasn't just May. It wasn't just school. I was going through some stuff at home that was really bringing me down. But it wasn't an excuse to be a jerk. It wasn't an excuse, but it was my reason. The time had come to let May in on what was going on with me. Not only did she deserve to know, but I had to tell someone, and she was the only person I could trust.
Hi, May. First off, I'm sorry. Long story short, my parents are getting a divorce. I should have just told you as soon as it happened. You would have known just what to do and just what to say. Matt.
Oh my God, I'm so very sorry. I hate that you went through that you're still going through it. I just wish you would have told me sooner because this whole time I thought it was me that was upsetting you so much. But I understand. I'm just glad you finally told me, and I'm here for you, whatever you need. Even if all you need is a friend. Love, May.
Thanks, May. And I'm sorry for shutting you out. Did I ruin things with us forever? Please tell me I didn't.
Maddie, you can never ruin things for us forever. We were always going to have our ups and downs. I was hurt. Yes. But we can move on. We are moving on. And just for the record, I want to be with you and only you forever.
I wrote her a reply I planned on giving to her in school the next day, but she wasn't there. That night, May called me.
Hey, love.
Hi. I had a letter to give you at school today.
Yeah, sorry about that. I've had a fever since this morning. I wanted to go to school to see you, but my mom kept me home. Said I needed my rest.
Taking a sick day because you're actually sick. You should try that sometime.
Yeah, crazy, right? Anyway, I know you're leaving for spring break tomorrow, and I just wanted to call and let you know I'll miss you while you're gone.
Yeah, I'll miss you too.
Have so much fun. And when you get back, maybe we can get things back to the way they used to be.
I would love that, actually.
All right. I better go before I pass out. I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, feel better.
Maddie,
Yeah?
I love you.
I love you too, loser. See you in a week.
Bye.
Bye.
But I didn't see her when I got back. She stayed homesick from school again. That cold she had must have been really hard to shake. At least that's what I thought at first. And then she stayed homesick the next day and the day after that. She was out the rest of the week. That weekend I called her house, but nobody answered. When she still wasn't back at school the following Monday, I tried calling her house again. Again, no answer. I left a message, but nobody called me back. That wasn't like her. It wasn't like her not to call me or write me. It certainly wasn't like her to miss that much school. That Friday, I received a letter in the mail.
Maddie, hi, love. I'm sorry I haven't written sooner. I haven't had much energy lately. Last week, my fever started getting worse. I couldn't get out of bed. I felt so weak. After a few days of this, my mom took me to the hospital because my fevers just wouldn't go away. At first, they tested me for something called cat scratch fever, but those tests came back negative. However, they did find something, and this is going to be hard to hear. They found my white blood count was low, so they ran more tests, and they found out I have leukemia. It's a cancer of the blood.
Wait, cancer?
How could she have cancer?
And they moved me to a bigger hospital right away.
Cancer? How could I have missed that? I guess there were signs.
I have to double my vitamins. Doctor's orders.
Missed you again at school yesterday. Hope you feel better soon.
I'm so tired lately.
Are you ever coming back to school? It's been like a week.
What the hell is wrong with me?
I should have known. But when someone is sick at school, you figure that they'll be back in a few days. You assume that it's a cold or the flu or at the very worst, mono. You never think that. Ever. It had never crossed my mind. Until it did. Cancer happens to adults. It happens to strangers and people in movies. It doesn't happen to her. Some other kid at school should have been sick. Hell, I should have been sick. Anyone but her. The next few weeks and months were a blur. At night, I would sit alone in my room going over her old notes, trying to figure out how I missed it, feeling guilty.
What the hell is wrong with me?
And then I came across something in one of her notes that when I read it, absolutely, utterly broke my heart. I had told her about a recent sports physical I had where the doctor found what he thought might have been a heart murmur. Actually, the doctor wasn't that worried. But a few days after writing Mavis, she wrote me back and said,
Maddie, I'm so tired, but I can't stop thinking about your heart condition. I am so worried about you. I know it may turn out to be nothing, but it scares me to death to think about anything happening to you. It hurts so much to think about you being taken away from me. But I will be right at your side, helping you in any way that I can. I love you so much.
Here she was, battling this life-threatening bastard of a disease in some hospital, and a few months ago she had been afraid that I would be the one to leave her. A few months ago everything was perfect.
You know where I want to go someday? Birmingham. The one in England. I've always been fascinated by all things British. The accents, the guys in the red military uniforms, the tall, funny-looking hats. Will you go there someday with me?
I think they're just called the British Guard. And yeah, I'll go to England with you. If you go, I go.
Promise you'll never leave me.
I was still just young and naive enough to say.
Promise.
That summer, May was allowed to leave the hospital and come home for the first time since she left school that spring. One afternoon, she decided to have everyone she knew over to her house. Now, maybe it was because she hadn't seen a lot of these people for a long time, or maybe she knew something we didn't. I was one of the first to arrive. I sat and listened to her family thank us for our support, and then May spoke.
Now that I have you all in one room together and you have no choice but to listen to me, there's a few things that I wanted to say that I've been thinking about. These might sound cliche, but cliches are cliche for a reason. Remember to always literally stop and smell the flowers. Go play in the rain and let each drop really touch your skin. Cry when you're happy and laugh when you're sad. Learn to laugh at yourself. Be kind to one another and never miss an opportunity to help someone else out. Go watch the sunrise and take in a sunset every once in a while. You won't regret it. In fact, regret nothing. And most of all, love as much and as fully as possible. Just like I love all of you. Thanks again for coming today.
I waited till everyone left, and then I walked over and knelt down by the couch that May was lying on.
Hey, love.
Hi.
It's an inescapable truth that in our lives we all have firsts and we all have lasts. Nobody knows when their lasts will be. The last kiss, the last time you see the ocean, the last time you'll hold a loved one, or the last time you'll say goodbye to someone.
I like your hat.
Thanks. I made it myself.
Liar.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, I'm not gonna know what to do if you're gone.
Sure you will. You'll be great. You're smart, sweet, stubborn as hell. You're gonna do awesome.
I'm so scared. Aren't you?
A little. But had a lot of time to think about being sick. Honestly, right now, my biggest fear is that people will forget about me.
What?
I'm serious.
No, that's impossible.
It's not like I want a shrine built or anything, but eventually everyone will be forgotten.
That's not true. Look, as long as I live, you live. Where you go, I go. Remember?
I love you, Maddie. Lofty. I'll see you soon.
Before I go, we didn't bring that up for too long.
Yeah.
See you soon.
See ya.
When a baby is first born and handed to its parents, in that moment, the parents don't need to say a word. They just feel. They've imagined and been told how that moment will feel 1,000 times before, but one doesn't truly understand the magnitude until it happens. Death is similar in that way. I remember waking up one day and starting my morning routine like any other morning, until my mother knocked on my door and slowly entered my room. She looked at me. Right then, I knew. She didn't have to say a word. I just started nodding, and she wrapped me in a hug and told me that May had died peacefully in her mother's arms earlier that morning. I can't tell you how it felt, because in that moment, I lost my ability to feel. I lost a part of myself. Gone, stolen from me, never to be returned. It took a long time for the shock to wear off. And when it did, it was replaced by a searing pain I never want to feel again. But I know that I will. We all will at some point. Our lives are made up of several stories. They all have a beginning, and they all have an ending.
Did you know that I'm a huge fan of Winnie the Pooh?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something here, and you have to promise not to laugh.
What?
I also really love Winnie the Pooh.
What? Really? I love you so much more for saying that. See, we're perfect for each other.
Yeah, I'm Pooh and you're Christopher Robin.
Nope, I don't want to be Christopher Robin.
Why? Because he's a boy.
No, because at the end of the story, he has to grow up and leave Pooh behind. I never leave you.
Promise?
I swear. My favorite quote is the last line of the book. Wherever they go and whatever happens on the way, in that enchanted place on top of the forest, a little boy and his bear will always be playing.
That'll be us.
That'll be us. If you go, I go.
And this was the end of one of my stories. But it wasn't the end. We all have to keep going. Like May reminded us that last day I saw her, she wanted me to keep going, to enjoy every day I had. She wanted me to love again. Most importantly, she wanted me to love. To this day, it amazes me the thing that she feared the most was being forgotten. If she only knew how crazy that sounded. No one who truly knew her could ever forget her. That is the easiest promise I will ever have to keep, to never forget her. Our souls are indelibly woven together, and not a day goes by that I don't feel her in some way. And while yes, I do still feel sadness sometimes when I think of her, mostly I just feel blessed. Because she taught me the coolest thing ever. See, everything is fleeting. Joy, pain, and especially life. Everything is fleeting. Except love.